Welcome to the Loyal Locals podcast, episode 41. I'm not even sure, is 40 considered over the hill now? Like, hill, and then you start going down now.
We're on the downhill
middle-aged podcast.
We're on our way down. We're a middle-aged podcast. Oh, excuse me. Welcome, everybody. Oh, wow, what a start. Already starting out bad. This podcast was ending before it even started. I hope nobody else heard that. Steve, what's up, guys?
Oh, not much, man. Still buzzing. Still buzzing from Saturday. What a fucking game.
Hey,
weekend.
There's going to be F-bombs.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not going to help myself this time. Just like Jack Blake on his post game. He did not hold back.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure at this point, we've had a few episodes where we didn't say bad words, but I still put the tag on it, the parental advisory tag, just to make sure, just in case we missed it. At least you can know, hey, we do cuss in this podcast. But welcome, Drew. How are you feeling, man? Are you buzzing too?
Doing good. Yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing on some good suds, some good soccer, some good just vibes here in San Diego. Just overall, kind of being back to being around people, that whole thing, it's kind of all fun and in a different world than it was even 3 weeks ago, with this club and, with what we're doing. So exciting times. Yeah.
As our man of the match, Jack Banger's Only Blake would say, fucking buzzing.
Let's fucking go, mate.
Let's go. Hey, what are y'all drinking tonight?
So you thought that was coffee, everybody? No, this is bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs drop on Father's Day. Happened to stop at Pizza Port and got myself some bacon and eggs and enjoying it at my bacon and eggs mug. And it is a very, very good Imperial Porter by Pizza Port. Very good.
So is that technically supposed to be a breakfast beer? Is that why it's called
Well, I think that was kind of the idea, right? But bacon and eggs in a mug.
A strong beer.
8%. It's pretty good.
San Diego does not joke around when it comes to beer. Drew, what are you having?
No.
I'm having a Mickler. I'm having a Burst. It's a West Coast style. Yeah, Mickler. But yeah, it's the Burst. This one where the guy spits on the other guy's face. Not something you would want to do last year, but now it's okay. They're vaccinated, so it's good.
Oh man. Well, I'm actually. You're gonna get sober, Jared, today because I'm drinking water out of my awesome Locals water jug thingy that I made. So cheers, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're excited to get into it. Obviously, we're going to be talking about 619 Day 1, and then we're going to talk about two matches. Quick turnaround, actually. We're going to be playing against Las Vegas and then against Oakland Roots 4 days after. So we'll get into all of that. How about we just do it, guys? What do you think?
Let's go.
619 Day.
Let's go. Let's jump in.
What a special day, man. It's so many things to celebrate, so many different things going on 619 Day. Not only was it obviously 619 Day in San Diego, it was celebration of Juneteenth as well. We had a pride celebration, and it was, I guess, the official grand opening of what you would call the Loud and Proud section in 110, right next to us. And that was great to see. I think it's going to take a little warming up to get to the loud part. But they got there. They got there eventually. I did see a lot of people sitting down, but
they're spirited. That's what matters.
Very proud. Yeah, the proud part that got down.
There was a lot of flag waving, which was fantastic because you could see it. It was just like packed section. Well, that entire East End was just banging. Other than 111A, that part was. But everything else was great.
Yeah.
They had a ceremony, they had all sorts of things going on. It was great. By the way, this wasn't like an official Pride celebration. We're going to have an official Pride celebration in July. And I'm not really sure how that worked out. I think it's just worked out that way with the schedule. June is the Pride month. However, we're going to be celebrating against I believe it's the 24th, right? Against Phoenix. Again, the Phoenix comes back, and it's a game against Phoenix at home. We're going to have our actual Pride Day. And from what I understand, we're going to have finally some Pride merch from the club, which is going to be awesome. So it was great to see, though. You saw all of the decorations around the stadium. You saw the crest has been prided up, which is awesome. and I've been asking for this. Is we need some Pride gear, so it's awesome to be able to get it. And it's the thing about the Loud and Proud section that I have to say, and I'm really really proud of, is that I do believe, and I did a little bit of research. It looks like we are the only club that has a designated area in their stadium
Cool.
in which the proceeds of every ticket sale for that section go to an LGBTQ plus organization that helps that community. And it's just amazing. And it's something to be proud of. So kudos to the club. And I mean, kudos to everybody that's involved in making that happen, because really it's such a great thing and a great representation of what San Diego is. And I'm just very proud, really, really, really proud to to have that right next to us. Makes it that much better, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what we're about, is inviting in people, inviting in cultures, especially here in San Diego, that are, maybe haven't gotten as much time in the sun, and making sure that they are heard and seen. And so to be right next to our section, I think is a perfect fit. It's going to be really fun to see how that develops, how that grows, and maybe becomes more of a partnership moving forward, as opposed to just kind of, hey, the section next to these people being crazy, maybe you can join in a little bit, and do some education on what we do in our section as well. But very very cool to see that it's an ongoing effort, and it's not just this like token, like, hey, we're just going to do a one game kind of thing. Like they want to make this a core effort from the club, ongoing, to make sure that that community specifically feels welcome here. In any community really, but as I said, reaching out and going the extra mile to say, hey, not only are we welcoming you here, we really want to make sure that what we're doing goes back and circulates back into that specific community outside of the sport as well. So very cool stuff, and I'm looking forward to, especially that merch, man, to see what they do, because it does, whenever you add that rainbow, or you add the different pride elements to the crest, it looks pretty cool. So excited. Maybe just keep stopping by Merch Mansion until I see something. We'll see.
Paul Malka will tell us. He'll tell us, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
An area in the coal mine. Yeah.
make sure you're part of the board. You're probably going to be the first to find out about that merch before even the club knows about it.
For sure. And before I had this later on, but while we're talking about Pride, our Pride Raiser, an update on our Pride Raiser. So I currently see 7 goals in the month of June. I know Espen mentioned that the last game in May also counted. That would be 9, but for my calculations right now, I have 7. And just checking right now, we have $258.24 pledged per goal. That's $1,800 total. So $1,807.68 to be exact. That's a lot of money. So that's awesome.
Wanted to mention 7 goals. Technically, if they do count the May 29th, right now it's not counting it, but 7 goals, technically 9, 7 goals, 4 of them being against Phoenix Rising FC. Let's go!
Yeah, that's awesome. Those should count double.
No,
but how rad is that? I mean, that's a lot of money raised for a really good cause, and it kind of shows again what a supporters group can be to the community beyond the sport of soccer. So, thank you to everybody who's pledged. I know that I have. I know the locals have. I know everybody, Drew and Jerry, you guys have as well. So, I kind of can't wait to wrap things up and donate.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody that has donated, that has pledged, I should say. So they've pledged a certain amount per goal. Basically, is what you do. You say every goal that San Diego Loyal scores in the month of June, I'm gonna give, $1, $2, $3, $5, $10, and we've had some amazing people go in and do a lot more than that, and some very notable names. I'm not gonna name anybody because it's just, if you go on the page, you'll see the names. But it just really, really makes me, again, very happy and proud to see this. It's the first time that we do it, first of many. I would hope that we're going to be a part of the Pride Raiser fundraising every single year in the month of June. And I think it's just a fantastic opportunity for us to give back to a group that's really, really doing fantastic work, which is the San Diego LGBTQ Sunburst Youth Housing Program. That project, just really quick, it provides 23 units of affordable supportive housing for youth between 18 and 24 years of age. And it has a special focus on the LGBTQ plus and the HIV plus youth. So it's for high risk youth. It's a safe place for them. And sometimes they get ejected from their homes because of their sexual orientation. And the center gives them a place for them to be safe and to have a roof over their heads. So it's a fantastic organization. And again, thank you to all of those that have pledged. It's not too late. Please go and make your pledge. Go over to prideraiser.org, and we should be the first ones that pop up if you have, your location settings in such a way where it will read you. It should immediately show up. But if not, then you should be able to go to any of our social media, find the link there. It's Rainbow Loyals and Locals SG Pride 2021. Espen and everybody over at Rainbow Loyals is doing a fantastic job as well. So
And Tom,
shout out to you guys and Tom, of course. Yeah, Tom Phillips.
Tom.
Gotta name the director of philanthropy, who again
absolutely
continues. I mean, he is nonstop. I don't think
sure.
that he quite expected this, but we are doing what we set out to
Stepping
do. Really proud of this group. So
for
again,
sure.
thank you guys.
And
I think this was always the idea from Tom's element, right? He would say this is always the idea to make it a bedrock, make it something we always should have something going, and so he's done a great job of continually taking the coal and stoking the fire. So great job, Tom. Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
Yes, before we move on from the philanthropic, a little bit of a merch update. So we had mentioned that our Black Lives Matter shirts for sale, and that $5 of every proceeds is going to the Blue Heart Foundation here in San Diego, serving Black and underserved persons. We sold 23 of those shirts in the last week. So 23 shirts, that's $115 donated. Those are still definitely available. We're going to add shipping here, I think, pretty soon to the online shop. Right now, we were just doing in-person pickups, but we'll do shipping pretty soon. So those will be available. But
very cool.
Continue to buy those, and we'll donate periodically. So that doesn't really have an expiration date. Just $5 every shirt that we sell for those goes to the Blue Heart Foundation.
Yeah, it's similar to what we did with our Pride shirt and Collins Foundation as well.
Yep.
So we do a similar thing there. If you buy one of our Pride shirts, proceeds there go as well. So it's one of those things where, continually our shop is also supposed to be a revenue source to where we keep that philanthropic ideal also running through everything. We just want to make it to where the group always has resources to do that kind of stuff, right? One of the cool things we did see in the vein of Pride as well was a proposal. That was pretty awesome. We got to see a proposal on the field after they announced the Loud and Proud section and kind of their purpose there that night, and then handed the mic off, and it was kind of like we got about 5-10 seconds into it, and you're like, okay, what's going on? Okay. There's a marriage proposal happening before the game. It was like the game had everything before the kickoff even happened. You had that. You have the mayor. You have a proclamation. So it's pretty cool, man. It was quite the event. Even before the kickoff here, which we'll get to in a second, but all of that was pretty fun to see, to have our first marriage proposal in the stadium, I believe. I don't think anybody else has, to my recollection. Last May 7th or March 7th, they could have actually gotten engaged at the last full home game, and then been married by this one possibly, but if that was the case, but I don't think there was. So to my knowledge, this would be the first one, definitely the first one in front of everybody. So pretty exciting to see that. As a more out of the on the field but off the field kind of stuff was pretty neat. But anything more on the mayor being there? We had the mayor, city council chair. There's like a literal document that says that it was Loyal 619 Day, so that's kind of neat. Pretty cool stuff.
Was all pretty
mayor
rad.
set up with the section. Yeah,
It was pretty.
Go ahead.
No, you go for it, Jerry.
No, I was just gonna say that Tarek Gloria is the first gay man and person of color elected to San Diego as mayor. So it's, he's one of those people where I immediately liked him because he actually has good ideas and he's a good person from just following him. But then he went and popped champagne in the pre-match with Baron and Jordan. And I was like, yes, that's our mayor. That's amazing. Mayor Todd Gloria was there. He was all smiles, along with the council chair, and so officially, 619 is now in San Diego, considered San Diego Loyal 619 Day is the official name of the proclamation, which is very cool. We have the club now recognized by the city as an actual sporting team, something that the Union Tribune has failed to do. So it's pretty great. It's just awesome to be. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. It's just really good. It's good that we have these things, this recognition, and I mean, topped off with a win. Couldn't have asked for anything better, right? That was the one thing I was like, this is such a cool thing. We have a proposal. We have the mayor. They're cutting ribbons. We have
cutting
a
ribbons.
proclamation. You better win this game, man.
Yeah, right. It felt like a homecoming, right? Where you're like, you don't schedule your hardest game for a homecoming game, right? Like that's why you usually have an easy game. But yeah, it was one of those where you're like, man, it's really hinging on this, and especially with the form we were coming in with and what they were coming in with. I honestly felt like it was a toss up. I felt like we easily were playing, since we were playing at home, we had them on the ropes there. We didn't have any reason not to play pretty good here, and so going in, as you said, the emotion was there, but you also felt like, okay, if there was any doubt that we should have to win this game, now we got to win this game since we're cutting ribbons and doing all this right in front of some, in front of our rivals, right? Kind of stoking them up a little bit.
Even added to the pregame hype, before all that happened, we were back at the parking lot. We were finally back and able to, kind of gather back in our pregame, not so tailgate kind of thing where we could enjoy beers together. Got some music going. We got some drums going. Got this kind of chance to get that kind of community and be able to socialize and, march up to the stadium and do that again. So that all added to this like big feel that this was a really, really big match. And it was. It ended up being a huge match for the club. I think this is really going to be a huge turning point for the season. Just kind of how the game felt, how it felt during the game, how it felt before the game, like I said, in the parking lot and in the March especially, and then how it felt obviously after the game when we won. So there's a ton to go through in this match, but overall, what a huge result.
And you know what? And we have to mention this because this is a really, really big deal as well. And we would be failing if we didn't mention this. Juneteenth is a very, very special day as well. And now those that didn't know, because apparently some people didn't know what Juneteenth was. I've been knowing what Juneteenth is, but spurred on by advocates of the Congressional Black Caucus on June 15th, the Senate unanimously passed that Juneteenth is now a national holiday. It's the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act. It was established that is now a federal holiday and is recognized as a federal holiday, which is fantastic. It is about darn time, and we celebrate that as well. So it just adds to all of this celebration. Maybe this one not so much celebration, more of a just observance and a moment for all of us to reflect on how far we've come and how far we still have to go. And it's going to be a day that we will definitely be in years to come be making more of an effort to have tifos and things like that. I believe we did have a Juneteenth flag up, which was a little bit smaller than maybe we should have had. But just for everybody that is here listening, just know that it is something that we don't just glaze over and say, yeah, it's 619 day. It's also Juneteenth, and it's very, very important that you guys know that we're, as leadership, are very much aware of it and are, again, doing what we can to make sure we bring some awareness to that as well, right?
Yep, bring more representation, and all that kind of stuff, for sure.
Morning, Saturday morning, I was hands and knees finishing the repainting of the BLM banner.
Oh, that's right. We did have a Black Lives Matter. We had the bigger
one from last season, seemingly vanished, but it was really important to me to finish that one for this match. Because I agree, we didn't have a Juneteenth one specifically, but it was really important to me to finish the repainting of the BLM banner. And shouts to my wife and to Eileen, who helped me finish or paint that one, and then I kind of finished it up Saturday morning. Put a bunch of fans on it to make it dry because I really, really wanted it to be in the stadium for the Saturday match, because that's today and every day Black Lives Matter.
That's right. Hey, one thing really quick, because I see Hector Trujillo just made it in, and he's calling us drunks in Spanish. He said pinches pedos, which is funny because I'm actually drinking water, Hector, today, and I'm now not drinking beer because of you calling me a drunk. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Hector.
I'm just kidding.
For all of us.
Feel bad. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, we love Hector. He's a fantastic. He's a
passionate man.
He's a very passionate person, very funny.
No, Hector, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Does Kurt Russell still
I'm
love?
not mad at you.
That's right. He does call you Kurt Russell. I mean, you have it's somewhat of a resemblance.
Sure.
I guess.
I'll take it. Actually, I'll take it.
Yeah, what was the movie where he's the captain,
You're
Captain
thinking-
Ron?
I'm sure you're thinking
Yeah.
his bank account too, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, right. That would be nice.
For sure.
All right. What else we got?
That Fabletics money. Yeah.
All right, well, we want to run through this match a little bit, so get some reviews, get some timelines, get some subs, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Let's do it. Let's
talk
do it.
about it.
Let's get a little bit of a recap going. So obviously Jack Blake, star of the match, got 2 goals, 36th and 57th minutes, and just 2 bangers. What would you call him, Jerry? Bangers only, Blake.
That's right.
Yeah, he scored all of his goals outside the box. There's just something to him getting a little bit of yard, a little yard of space right outside the box, and he just can find those corners. It's one of those things you can't teach. It's one of those things. It's kind of those unattainable skills. You have it or you don't, to be able to create your own space for that half yard to shoot and be able to shoot accurately. And he's shown time and time again that he can do that. It's a skill that he has, among many others. I mean, he can carry the ball. He can turn in tight spaces. I think he's definitely been one of, if not our best player of the season. I know Guido's been amazing, but Guido's been injured a lot, and he's put a lot of goals in and assists and stuff. But there's something to be said about Blake's played, I think, every minute for us. If not, at least the majority of them. And yeah, he just had a phenomenal game. Clear man of the match. There's no doubt about that.
Like 100%. I was gonna say the 4-4-2 and this lineup specifically, I really enjoyed it. I think it felt pretty secure. Yeah, I mean, you look at some of the stats, and maybe we can go through those real quick on the attacking side of things. And I mean, Phoenix Rising had us beat on the stats, but really, I think Steve, you mentioned this right somewhere. You said the only stat that matters: 2 goals to 1. That's the only stat that matters at the end of the day. But going back to Jack Blake, the reason that I say the whole 4-4-2 thing is because, he is powerful. The 2 jacks on the right are just like, actually the 3 jacks on the right, which is kind of weird. Jack's kind of middle right, but like Jack Mayer. But I'm talking about just the amount of heart that Jack Blake puts into this team and into the crest and into the jersey. When he's on that pitch, he lives, breathes this club, and you can tell. All of the guys do as well, and that's something that I think we can all agree on. Like, these guys want to win, and when they don't do well, they're hating it. But Jack Blake is that one player that every single game he is giving it his like 150%. Like, it's ridiculous how much heart Jack Blake puts into this team and into his play. And when he came up to get that growler, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, I mean, you could sense it. Like, I just went to give him a little like light tap hug, and he like held on to me. He's like, "This is the best, man." Like, he's just so passionate, right? So absolutely, like, actually jump into some stats real quick. So again, on the attack, it was like they had 21 shots. We only had 6. 7 of theirs were on target. 4 of ours were on target. And outside the box, we had 5. We had more than Phoenix, which is great. But inside the box, how does this even happen that we keep letting Phoenix into the box so damn much? But 17 shots inside the box. Like, eek, right? But still, somehow Jack Blake finds the space. And I mean, he was given very little space and somehow puts it in the back of the net. Like, both of those goals just.
The thing that's impressive with his speed, right, is his speed with his legs out of his feet to get the ball kind of moving from one side to the other and then throwing the ball with great pace. It's kind of, to give an American sports analogy, it's a lot like Brett Favre, watching him, where he would just kind of like throw his body right to left a little bit and then just like throw a ball 30 yards on a rope for no reason. Jack can do that with the soccer ball, which is just really impressive to see. But it's one of these skills where once he gets it out, the keeper is frozen. There was really no way to save either one of those goals. If you look at, like, there's absolutely no way, the way that he created that angle and the way the keeper was standing when the ball was released. There's just no way that he could actually physically get to the ball. in the time. So it's pretty impressive to see that. And I think he's just been dangerous all year, right? I mean, he's been around, even though we weren't doing well in some of those games. You could tell he was making dangerous shots. He was the person who did get us closer, especially in a game here where, yeah, if you look at the XG, so it was 0.32 to Phoenix's 2.34. That's crazy. Like, but we still walked away 2-1. So that means that, yeah, again, he was able to make those outside the box and outside the, normal realm of shots count. And against a team like this, that's kind of what you have to do, is to frustrate them into losing, right? And that's what we did a great job of. Is it seemed like they were pretty dang frustrated by the end of the second half there. They just kind of wanted to walk off. And even though they got 6 extra minutes, 7, almost 8 minutes, I think by the end of that, it felt like they were right frustrated with us, and they don't want to see us for a couple months. And that's kind of a good place to be. Yeah.
Another interesting point is one Landon made. And I've disagreed with Landon a few times in his post game kind of assessments, and I haven't liked a lot of the stuff he said. But this time, I definitely agree. I think we played better at Phoenix when they came back and drew us as a whole. But I think we got the result today, right? Or not today, but this weekend. So there's a lot to be said about that, right? Are we digressing? No, they had Phoenix played pretty well. We didn't play as well, but again, results matter, and we kind of showed a lot of grit and fight and to hold on to that lead. They were definitely pushing. The keeper came up for a couple corner kicks at the end of the game there. I remember seeing that a couple times. So there's a lot to be said about finally finishing out and closing out a game under tight circumstances, under a ton of pressure, because we've had a lot. A couple, far too many circumstances where they've scored. The opposing team has scored at the end of the first half, at the end of the game, to steal some points from us, and it's disheartening. You got to be able to close halves out. That's really, really important in soccer, and we were finally able to do that. So it's a big step. It's a big step and a huge, huge result.
One thing about that, just if I could comment on that, because I think that this squad is now finding the back of the net, which was most important. But now we look at what you just mentioned, Steve, which is the last few minutes of any match, actually, where you're on top. A good team is going to be able to not only take the pressure from the opposing team and use it to its advantage in the way where that when that team starts coming at us near the end of the match and they start putting the goalkeeper over here, we need to take advantage of any mistake. At this point, be so good that you catch a mistake and take advantage of it and even put another one in the back of the net. And we haven't been able to do that. Rather, we kind of just pull back. By the way, and you bringing that up, it does remind me that I really, really don't like. I don't know if it's a strategic thing. I don't know if it's something that Landon or Nate have told these guys to do or what, but I hate the time wasting. The time wasting has to stop. Like, it's so annoying.
Yeah, we had a corner with 6 minutes in stoppage when they had already shown the time, and we took the corner. And I thought we were going to run up and take a corner. I thought we were going to go for a goal. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's go. And then they took it just right into the corner. I was like, okay. And that's I think a thing with 2 minutes left, and mentally a thing to think about. But I never like it. So it's just one of those things where I don't love the idea that we're still trying to pack it in at home, with that much time left, especially with what had happened at Phoenix,
Yes.
That's kind of how I felt about
it. People wondering about the 6+ minutes, after every freaking match against Phoenix. Well, it's because we're time wasting. Like, stop doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I agree. And the easy answer is it's common in soccer. It happens everywhere. Blah blah blah. But like we've shown time and time again that this club is not that, and it's different than that. So be different than that, and like continue to kind of set the standard, and at least a little bit. Because there was some times there it was just like, come on, like that wasn't as bad as it looked, and we're milking it. And I just, it's great to have the win, and it's great to eke out the points there, but you got to do it with a little more, maybe a little more class than that. Because I don't like to say that either. I agree, Jerry. Kind of calling out the club there. I agree. Yeah,
and the subs too. Those were okay. Yeah. What did we have as far as subs?
The one that I thought was interesting was the first one, which was when Ibarra came off, and we put Callum Montgomery on. Mm-hmm. And that was interesting because that's definitely a defensive sub. And that's kind of saying, hey, we're up 2-0. We're going to pack it in. It was the 68th minute, I think it was. And that's very, like, that gives me I know we held on and I just gave praise, but I don't like that, right? I want to keep the pressure on. Do what's worked over the first 68 minutes. What's worked is possession. We held possession for the majority of this game. The statistics show that it's like 53-47, something like that. And that's great. Why change what we're doing? If you want a different winger on, we have other attacking wingers that could have come on, and you didn't need to play a defensive sub there to go from a 4-back to a 5-back and just kind of pack it in, because then that just invites pressure, and they scored pretty soon after that, I think. And it just changes the tempo of the game. It kind of invites pressure instead of like saying we're just going to take it to it. So
yeah, they did a great job of shutting down Miguel Berry. I think they were expecting that this is the guy that we need to just stop.
Yeah,
which was another thing there that I noticed. But going back to the subs real quick, I don't know why I was just thinking about that, but you were talking about, Montgomery comes in for Ibarra and then Guido in the 73rd. You knew when Spencer and Stoneman came in that they were going to get yellows. Like I immediately knew
they
Spencer
both got yellow
it
cards.
was so good.
I mean, first Stoneman because that's Stoneman, but Spencer because Ben doesn't like his old club. And he did some things there that I think kind of gave it away that, he definitely doesn't like his old club. And, I think even at some point in like an after the match interview, Rick Shantz said that was immature and unprofessional. And he said for an old, team mate or team member or whatever, he said one of our old guys to do that was immature or something along the lines of that. And he's clearly talking about Ben Spencer.
Okay, Rick, immature Shantz, but okay. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. And
how long have you been in this game, Rick Shantz? Come on.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. Really?
Ridiculous.
But that's a great point. I actually hadn't thought about that, Steve. That it was a defensive sub. Like the first sub was immediately defensive.
Yeah.
And then it was like, here we go. Pack it in, everybody.
It makes sense if you have somebody like TV who you're playing and deploying more like a defensive mid. Maybe I think you can kind of claim that, or if you pushed maybe even Yarrow up or somebody like that, you could claim that you're trying to make this a different formation shift. But yeah, it was a clear defensive. Let's throw more bodies behind the ball as opposed to continuing to push forward when we had pretty decent success, and you still have options off the bench in the form of Guido. Even if he's not going to give you 90, he's going to give you 30 or 40 solid minutes there, right? And so. And it ended up being about 20 here, but I think you had options, and it felt like they were almost not conceding, but they were saying like, okay, let's pack it in here a little bit.
And we were playing fine defensively, right? We were playing fine. We didn't need another defensive sub. What we needed and what Ibarra provided was another outlet to pass the ball from defense to midfield to continue to push forward, right? When you all of a sudden when you switch from an offensive player as a winger to a defensive player, you lose outlets to pass the ball and to hold the possession. All of a sudden, instead of passing out of the back, you just kick it out of the back, and then they just regain possession, and you're just inviting pressure, and you're just saying, okay, well, we're not going to let you score, but you can have the ball you want, and that's really dangerous against a Phoenix team. And I'm not a coach, I'm not anything, trained, but I just don't like the mentality. I want them to be able to say, let's keep this going forward. We're at home. Let's score another goal, or let's keep this attacking mindset. Even if we don't score another goal, we can take it to them, and that's going to kill more time than it be way best defense is a good offense, right? You hold the ball forward, they have no chance to score. So I don't know. I just don't. I wish that there was a little bit of a different mindset from that sub.
I agree with you. The one thing for me is that doing that. Yes, anything to win, but that specific thing will not get you a championship. Like, you got to just get rid of that shit. And that's what I'm thinking is like, okay, once we actually make it into the playoffs, if we're still doing that kind of crap, like, it's just not going to be good for us. It's just not going to turn out right. I mean, maybe we get lucky, but we're in San Diego. Come on, guys. We need to be good. We do not get lucky in San Diego. It's just not the way that it works.
Well, and Corbin just commented that's how you get caught on the counterattack at last minute of the game. I see what you're saying, but not if you commit players forward in a different way, right? You don't commit players forward in the 70th minute or 75th minute or 80th minute when you're only up 2-1 as if you were tied, or as if it was the first half, right? You can still play with a 4-4-2 and hold the ball in an attacking mindset in the middle of the field, rather than like holding it in their offensive third and committing players forward and then getting caught out, right? There's definitely two ways to play a 4-4-2. There's many ways to play a 4-4-2, but all of a sudden when you change from that to a 5-3-2 or a 5-back, it just changes. It changes things, and it didn't seem to change things in a good way to me, at least. Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But I agree, Jeremy. You said that well about championship quality and kind of taking it to teams instead of waiting for them to take it to you. That's well said.
I mean, why are the top teams like Louisville, and I mean, we'll go ahead and put Phoenix up there because they have earned it on the field. Why are they considered, and why are they some of the better teams? Because they don't sit back, and they're not going to do that sort of thing. They're going to keep going and going and going and just score as many goals as possible. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we take the 3 points, and we keep them here at home, and we are in fourth place right now as far as the standings go.
We're in the playoffs.
On the up and up.
I have to mention, like, we're definitely rivals at this point, right? With Phoenix,
For
like,
sure.
I got feisty.
We can't here's how this works though, Jerry. We can't call ourselves their rival, right? It has to be reciprocal, and I think that was proven, right? This match proved it. I think to me is that we're in their heads, right? We're in their fans' heads. We're in their players' heads. There's something there, right? They feel that same way about us. That we lovingly feel the opposite of love towards them, right? And that's kind of
I don't like the word hate, Drew. I call it strongly disliking them.
Yeah, actually it would be apathy would be the opposite of, I don't even think about you at all. Which is true. We don't, but at the same time it does feel a little bit extra special to beat the people who come and mess up our beaches. So that's kind of how it's always going to be in this relationship, is that they come here to vacation and we go there to shoot guns, I guess. I don't know what people do in Arizona generally. I'll have to find out soon. But yeah, it's a fun kind of back and forth here because they do have a culture that they've built out there. I think we look at it and we say, okay, there's ways that's good, but there's a lot of ways we don't want to be what they are, and there's ways we want to do it differently. So I think it at least gives us something to say, this is doable. Here's where it exists and is close enough to us to have a touching point, but feels really nice when you can, if they're going to look at us like a little brother for now to say, hey, we're already taking it to you within the first 2 seasons. We pretty much split our series and now had the ability to take the upper on them in that final match. So I'm excited to see what goes on in that final game with them in their best of 4 here, and then probably the playoffs. We'll see. We're gonna have to play them again if we want to go through the Western Conference. So,
yep.
Dave, can I take this next question that you wrote on here on our notes, please?
You may.
Okay, this is a very important question because I'm not. No, yeah, I think I know the answer to this. I want to know what our listeners think. Should Trey Muse have gotten a second yellow card? Let's be honest with ourselves. Should Muse have gotten a second yellow card? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you say something, Jerry?
No.
Or just coughing, clearing your throat.
Yeah, drink some water.
Got it.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure. My answer will be a clear yes. Yes, he should have. I don't think that was warranted, but I think Marissa said it a couple times. Oh well. It is what it is. I'm glad he'll be playing the next match is all I can say.
Yeah, that's for sure. Again, Jack Blake just killing it. Epic performance. He wins the man of the match. We sang ole, 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 Jack Blake, Jack Blake. Yeah. And I just have to throw Marissa's back in there. Where is it at? Drew, can you put up the one that Marissa's been putting up on social media?
Marissa Tomei or...
No. Hashtag Marissa. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining us on the chat tonight. Can you throw up her chat that she posted a couple of times, dude? You should be able to find it pretty easy.
Which one? The Rick Chance thing or the...
No, the chant. I'm talking chants now.
Ole, Jack Blake,
no,
Jack Blake.
He bangs with his left. He bangs with his right.
There it is.
Blake, he bangs it all night.
Sorry, there's a whole discussion about how she spells her name in our chat section here, so it was kind of hard to parse through.
Yeah, of course. Hector's here, so that's gonna happen. He bangs with his left. He bangs with his right. His name is Jack Blake. He bangs it all night. Love it. Now I want to add another one. Can we? We need to figure out how, because it's kind of a little weird, but
let's do it.
We can make it work. Have you guys heard David Bowie's Starman?
Yes.
Okay, so it's gonna go. There's a Starman. playing on the right. His name is Jack Blake, and he's fucking dynamite.
There's a star man playing on the right.
His
What's
name
like it.
is.
his just Jack Blake and he's a
There's a little bit of a space there where I'm not sure that it. Well, we'll figure it out. But I'm throwing it out there. There you
I
go.
like it. Anything Bowie is fine by me.
Nice. Well, again, congratulations to Jack Blake. And I mentioned like when I don't know what he said to you because you gave him a bigger hug, but when I hugged him was well after he had already celebrated and everything, and he like went in for a hug, and he was so pumped, so much so that he carried that growler all the way into the post show. Wow, what a great celebration with that, man. So excited for him, and I hope to do that more times this season.
Yeah, you touched on it when he came up, how like stoked he was, and I was at the top of the stairs when he came up, and I scarfed him and gave him a big hug, and yeah, I kind of felt the fingers digging your back, and like you're like, that's a good hug. Yeah, he on this. But yeah, you could just feel it, right? I mean, you mentioned it before how much he cares, and he's mentioned it so many times how the support here is so good. It's like how much he feels it, and I think he means it. I mean, yeah, he won a championship at Real Salt Lake, or not Real Salt Lake, but the Monarchs. And they're not going to have the kind of support that we're going to be able to provide, right? Because they have Real Salt Lake there. But here, this is our world. This is our club. So we support them unequivocally. And I think that he can really feel it, and that you could see that it really matters to him, which is like a huge, huge thing. You could just kind of see it on his face. And then obviously they got the footage with him, the interview with him, right as he was walking away from that ceremony, and that's when he got all the F-bombs in, and you can kind of see his voice inflect and the emotions kind of rise in his voice, and that you can really see how much it matters to him, which is really cool.
Yeah, agreed. We're gonna go ahead and move on, but before I do, I have to acknowledge Marissa just said another optional chant for Jack Blake by yours truly to the tune of Justin Bieber, and you lost me immediately. I'm not even gonna read that. No Justin Bieber chants in this supporters group as long as I live. No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty good. Blakey, right? Blakey. Oh, I don't know. Goal. Oh, okay.
Go, Blakey. The drums don't really work. Man.
I feel like
Can you get the drums?
No, it's one of like Justin Bieber's older songs. So I don't know. Maybe. Well, what do you guys think?
Maybe.
Don't.
If the section, if you can get 10 people singing it at once, you have a chance. But that's even if you do that, sometimes they don't make it. So some chants are just better as a A lot of my chants are my chants never work. So I haven't gotten one to work yet. So
Hey, but you were doing the Starman pretty good. I don't know. We might need to, change your mentality about you not being good at it, and you might actually be really good. Nick Duffy said Phoenix fans heckling the post-match show. Oh, did you guys see that? She's like,
I did.
Yeah.
Only we're allowed to do that. Yeah.
It's fine when you don't yell cuss words openly at players too. Yeah, that helps. If it's a nice jovial crashing of the post show, they're fine with it. It's when you're being somewhat verbally violent that's just not cool in any respect.
And I think it was like one of the older ladies that was with the Phoenix supporters too, which is like even better. It's like
that's great.
Just go back and listen to it. It's so good. Okay, but anyways, that's enough. We don't need to talk about those guys.
Not worth our time.
Don't give them oxygen.
No oxygen.
Generally. I did write a chant to Beyonce song. Maybe I'll share that in the post show.
All right, cool.
Stay tuned.
We'll do that.
Stay tuned. A little like, maybe I didn't.
It's a teaser. Yeah, that's why you got to come to the post show. Let's move on.
All right, we do have a very tight schedule coming up, obviously, with 2 games, like 4 days apart from each other, really, right? Yeah. So Friday, coming up on Friday, 7:30 p.m. kickoff again. So that's gonna be nice. Go right into the Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully with 3 points against Vegas. They're gonna be in Vegas at Vegas. And I agree with Hector. I think he said in the comments it's going to be a much tougher game than we think against Vegas. And I would agree, sir, because, yes, they're coming in from a 3-1 loss against Orange County. That's okay. And actually, this was at home, too, I believe. Yeah, this was at home. But they also did win against Galaxy 2. They tied against San Antonio and they won against Tacoma Defiance. Uh, Good teams that they were able to beat. And Las Vegas Lights, I think they're getting their groove. And if you watch that game against Orange County, it's a little deceptive because Las Vegas Lights played very well. And that first goal was like a long time coming. I think they just kind of, I don't know what was up with Orange County that match where they could not put it in the back of the net. Eventually it got in and they put 3 on them, ending in a 3-1 loss for Las Vegas. So they're going to come into this match with a little bit more, I think, pressure on them, knowing that they need to put on a good show for their home, for their home fans. So we'll see. I don't see Las Vegas Lights as being a bad team, honestly.
Yeah, like last time we played them, they were coming in 0-4. They were definitely on the skids. This feels like a different kind of vibe going into this match. So I agree, and well said, Jerry, that the expectations are different going into this one. So I mean, obviously, I still hope for a win, but they're finding their groove, and I think that it's going to be a tougher match than the last one.
Yeah, there's still talented players that are in this system. I mean, it's a weird setup, right? The whole thing is almost a joke in the way that we all joke about it. It's like, which home are they playing in for this home game, Jerry? Are we getting a group flight with them to Vegas? But yeah, it's like
somebody said that on Discord, right? Who was it that said, "Hey, can we just like drive up there and they can give us a ride?"
Yeah. The lights can give us a ride from LA. But yeah, it's one of those things where they're still talented, right? It's still LAFC's, gems, right? That they're growing in a lab. So these are some of the best young players in that system. And so it just happens to be, this is why, as we saw this week, another MLS news point. We're not an MLS show, but they launched the idea officially of their D3 league that's going to suck up some of these 2 teams. And it'll be more interesting to see what happens with places like Las Vegas, whether they continue to exist in leagues like USL or if they, pull the competition back to be strictly just independent teams, right? So that'll be curious in the next year or two. But with this kind of talent level, that's why you need that, because they can play at a D2 level, they can play at a D3 level, and in soccer, as we've seen even in Open Cups, in FA Cups, right? D4, D5 can have a shot against D1 on any night, and especially even when you're that close, D3 to D2 almost, or even within D2 here, where they're still, the lights this season, they're always going to be more dangerous than your normal bottom feeder teams. We joked about Tacoma before the season. We thought they weren't going to be very good, right? Look at them. They've put it together pretty well as a unit, and maybe they'll fall apart as they get players pulled out here or there, right? That can happen more frequently there. But that's kind of my take on it. I look at these like trap games, right? Especially the Vegas ones, because it's such a weird freaking field too. They're playing on a quadrangle, that used to be a baseball field, and all that kind of stuff can always mess with you as a player. And a wavy, wacky inflatable tube guy and pools. And Steve, sorry.
I was gonna say, still looking for the first away win of the season. So
that's true.
Yeah, we need
a place to do it.
It would be kind of a nice way to break the seal per se of to get the 3 points to be able to bring those home.
Definitely not Road Warriors. We are definitely not Road Warriors.
Not yet.
Not yet. The thing too to take into consideration is Las Vegas played a match against Galaxy 2 on Wednesday, the 16th, and then quick turnaround for them on the 19th against Orange County. So that could have been a little bit, there. They don't have any games coming up, so they've had some rest now, and they're gonna have they should have their full squad. And here's the thing too: they are also very much affected by a bunch of injuries to their squad, and at least the original squad that I'm sure they intended to have. And so some of them are coming back. Like I think CC Uche at some point was hurt, and he's been a great defender for Las Vegas. They do still have, who's their goalkeeper? Orlando played against OC. Okay, so I do believe that against Galaxy 2, they had Tomas Romero, who's also one of the LAFC goalkeepers. So again, this is a really good squad. They play kind of a weird like 4-2-3-1 formation, which is very similar. Like once you actually get on the field, it's very similar. They try to play in the style of LAFC is what I'm trying to get at. And so they I think that they don't have the talent there to play that type of game yet, or they just haven't figured out exactly how to make it work, and so I think it's coming. I think Las Vegas is going to get better as it goes along the season. So do not take them for
Sure.
think that they're just an easy win or whatever. We do have to play against Oakland, so that's something that the club, I'm sure, also has to take into consideration, that going right into it on the 29th. Luckily, we're playing here, where the field is actually nice and clean and green, and you can play on it. And talking about fields, something that Tay really quick I wanted to mention. I know I'm talking a lot today. I'm sorry, guys, but
No,
Tay
you're good.
said, I'm not sure it's been brought up yet, but you guys realize that the game is going to be abandoned at the half after the water balloon fight ruins the field. Don't ask me how I know this, but I do remember. I think this is how I know. Actually, I'm going to tell you. They put down a tarp on the pitch before they have the water fight, and so there shouldn't be any. They just like roll it up once it's over, and then they get to play. So it's not like it's going to be on the open grass. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure they're a little bit smarter than that. So what they do is they bring out like this big old tarp. They have their water balloon fight. They roll it back up, and then they continue the match for the second half. So
They are an event planner masquerading as a football club, so it is always funny to see what they come up with. Foam parties. Was it
It's a
distracting when I was
halftime show
doing this?
with a
Because that's
soccer
what our
match.
players are going to have to deal with.
Halftime show
Yeah.
with the soccer match. Right.
Pretty much.
Too good.
I mean, but
Yeah,
that's
It's fun
and
to
then-
watch on TV, though. And it'll be fun for those who go, too. Yeah, some of you guys are going to go, enjoy, have fun. Report back, let us know how it goes. We might take a bigger trip in August. Is that the next game out there, I think?
yeah.
Would be maybe a little easier, but Godspeed to everybody going out there and have fun. Sorry, Jerry, I was cutting you off.
No worries. I was just gonna say. I mean, that's totally Vegas, though, right? Like that is so Las Vegas. So I mean, they just completely just run with it. So you gotta respect that at least. I mean, I don't. It's silly. It's not the sport, but they've made it an event now at this point, because I mean they have to, and the fans need to have that when the team's not doing very well, and which they haven't been doing just even before the season. So there you go.
Yeah.
What is this?
The other thing I would say is once we play Oakland, that's the start of a 5-game homestand. One of those being Cholos, which isn't technically a USL Championship match. That's a 5-game homestand between June 29th and July 24th, which is
Jeez.
basically 4 weeks, 5 home matches. That's going to be the first grind of a homestand, because I mean, you all know, listening here, I think, or watching here, and the listeners, it's a lot of work. Home games are a lot of work for us. We got to be there early to set up. We got to stay late to tear down. So it's definitely a grind, but also I live for those home games. I live for those match days. So I can't wait for that stretch.
So September 25th is the upcoming Las Vegas after this one. Is that what you're saying?
The away trip to Vegas. The next away trip to Vegas is September 25th.
We're gonna be.
Yeah, I would definitely say I'd like to do a much bigger plan for a planned away trip there.
Yes.
This time it just kind of didn't work out. The season kind of crept up on us, and didn't really work out to plan that. But later in the season, I think that we can definitely do that.
Totally.
Yeah. Tay said, I feel terrible for Oakland. Yeah. So for those of
Yes.
you that are listening that didn't know what happened, so basically they had to abandon the game, or not abandon the game. They just didn't play it, right? It was like rescheduled. Technically, it
Something like
should have
that.
been forfeited.
Forfeited.
Funny is,
Yeah.
it sounds like it was Sacramento versus Oakland, and the Oakland field just looks terrible. It looks like tic-tac-toe. It looks like one of those kids, like playmats, the letters and numbers. Like that's what it looked like. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
It looked like, and it's
Turf,
turf,
like
too,
carpet
right?
squares, yeah. Like they took the free samples of turf and like made a field. Like there's some sad jokes about it, but it's like it really did just look like that. It looked like patchwork. It looked like a quilt
But-
more than a field, which
So
is
the crazy part is that there was some people in Oakland defending this, saying
yeah.
like, "Well, you know why did you even say something? You should just play." And like, "Oh, the field looked fine." What? No, it did
Yeah.
not look fine.
Oh God.
It's
And this is
terrible.
part of respecting the sport, right? Part of respecting the sport and part of respecting the elevation of the sport is making sure that our facilities and our players are treated well. Especially, I think in the women's game, this has been an issue extremely for a lot of the early NWSL clubs. It's getting a lot better recently, but there seems to be more of at least a groundswell from from different fans to say that it doesn't matter if I'm the fan of the team that has a problem or the team that's playing against them. We all want the same things, right? We want to have a clean, good match with the right facilities for everybody. And so in this case, it just doesn't work. And this is the status of American soccer at this point, right? Without our own facilities, without our inability to control fields, this is the stuff you end up with. And this is why clubs need to have those kind of facilities and have that kind of access to their grounds crew and to their fields, right? That's why grounds crews are treated really, really well in most Premier League clubs like Kings, right? Because they make the surface that makes everything go, right? They're the people who run the engine, if you will, that everybody runs on. So it is kind of sad, but it's one of those things where it's just a status of where our sport is treated in this country. And I think the level to which it's at, I think at times is a stark reminder of, hey, we love this. And it's a very, on one end, we had the mayor of San Diego declaring our club, a day after it, which is great. On the other hand, the same day, you had a club that couldn't play in the same state because their facility wasn't ready for them, right? And so you have those different dichotomies, I'd say, of stuff for sure. But heart goes out to the Oakland fans. Yeah, nothing they can do as fans, as supporters, that's all you can do.
Yeah,
like Oakland, this isn't Nisa anymore, y'all. All right, you need to have a stable field.
Yeah,
and it's hopefully ready by September 11th to be exact. We play against Roots at Laney College Football Stadium, and then again on the 22nd. So September.
Yeah, we turn right around and play them again away. 11 days later, it's
we're going to definitely be keeping an eye on Oakland Roots field to make sure that by September 11th we can do an away trip.
Is there a webcam we can watch? Just
I mean, you have to look at it also from the Sacramento Republic fans.
Yeah, it sucks.
They traveled,
travel. Golly, man. Okay,
and it's 2-3 hours, but it'd be like going to LA Galaxy for us, right? And then being there, taking the bus up, and then getting there and being like, "Yep, get back on the bus, guys."
actually, locals. I mean, I don't know how their bus was, but ours was like a party bus without being a party bus. So I'm pretty sure we'd all would have been like, let's go.
Yeah.
In the bus for the next couple hours.
For sure.
Let's just drive around.
Speaking of the bus, I just talked about the next 5 home stands, the next 5 home games, and then we play at Tacoma July 29th. Then the next match after that is potentially our next bus trip, LA Galaxy 2 away, August 1st. It's a Sunday, but still August 1st. And then we play another 4 home games at home: Monarchs, Defiance, Lights, Orange County, then Sacramento away, then Loyal home again. So, yeah, these next few months, guys, buckle up because we're about to have a nice, a lot of home matches, and then a bus trip, a lot of home matches, maybe an away trip to Sacramento. These next few months are going to be some fun months here with the locals.
Yeah. Trying to keep up with all of the comments here on the chat. And again, thank you guys that are here and listening and that continue to listen to us every Tuesday night. We're here at 9 p.m. usually. So appreciate everybody that's here. Teza has some very good points. But yeah, we're going to be doing some the infamous OK Field. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, kind of funny. Thanks for that, Tim.
See, what do you say? What sucks is that their Nisa field was better.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, which is I think it was a better facility, and they're but you do see stuff like in San Francisco on the Bay, they're building something for SF Glens on Treasure Island, which would be really cool to have that because it's going to be a beautiful little facility. Looks right back at downtown San Francisco. So there's stuff happening in the Bay. It's just like here, right? The hyper land prices have made it really impossible for these places, for any club, even the A's, even other professional sports franchises to find homes. Obviously the Raiders couldn't, and that's why they had to leave. So it is similar to here in that sense, but it's tough when you do have like a better facility. It'd be like if we went from USD to like Southwestern college or whatever, right? Yeah, that'd be rough.
So coming up for this match in Vegas again, we are not planning a trip, but there is a few people that have already said, hey, we're going to go to Vegas. So make sure that you have the information on our Discord. If I'm not mistaken, our director of events, Victor, has put up the information on how to get tickets in the section that is being designated to us over at Cashman Field. That's what it's called. Cashman.
Yep.
So make sure that you get your tickets through them in the right place. Make sure you say you're San Diego loyal fan, that you're a local, and they will take care of you.
I'm pretty sure. I'm also sure if you already bought tickets and you'd like to sit with other locals or other loyal fans, give them a ring. I'm sure they can move you.
Yep.
He totally will. He's the best. He was really responsive when I finally got a hold of their person. He's the right guy, and he will get back to you within hopefully minutes and an email. If you're doing it during the middle of the day, so you're good there, and then the phone is right direct, and he will pick up. So they for all their other faults, as I said, are promoters. They do a great job. Great job promoting.
That's good. The thing too, obviously, it's an away game. For those of us that are not going to be going to Las Vegas, we are working on a watch party. We're not quite sure yet on the exact details. We're trying to hash that out as soon as possible. But if you have recommendations, I mean, we might as well take them, right, Steve? I think if you have any idea of a place that might be good, that might work for a Friday night at 7:30, go ahead and send us a message or post it actually on events if you feel like there might be a place that you would like for it to happen at. Right now, there's a couple of things being talked about actually on our Discord, so we're trying to figure out, just hash it out and figure out what's going to be the best place. We might end up having a couple spots that we'll say, hey, there's a few people going here, a few people going there. So just be aware. But there will definitely be a watch party or two that you'll be able to make it out to on top of whatever the club decides to make happen for that day as well. This was going to be a fun one, guys. And then immediately, like I said, against Oakland on a Tuesday at home, it looks like we may not be having a parking lot. However, a few of us will be getting together before. I do have to say, and congratulations to everybody involved in putting the parking lot together, because that was a lot of fun, and it's a lot of work. And so if it's a weekday, it's going to be very tough, especially on a Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. to make something like that happen. So I think we're going to opt out of doing that. Am I wrong, Steve?
Yeah, we put our feelers out there earlier in the Discord. The kind of consensus we got was it's not really needed. Let's kind of not kill ourselves on that. And I tend to agree, given all the details I just went through. We have 5 home games coming up in really quick succession, then 1 away game, then maybe a bus trip, then 4 more home games. So it's going to be a crazy couple months. And weekdays, it's harder to kind of make things work logistically. Like I said, it's a lot of work. We got to get there early. So I think I agree. We're going to opt out of the parking lot on Tuesday. But we should still plan on some kind of march or some kind of something to go into the stadium. So we'll work that behind the scenes, and we'll provide some details probably over the weekend.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so 25th against Vegas, Tuesday coming up on the 29th, 7:30 p.m. home match against Oakland Roots. That should be a fun one too. That's going to be a really fun one. We're gonna get to see our old friend Tarek Morad over there with Oakland. Oh, and guess who else just signed with the Oakland Roots? Y'all know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, come on! Don't like.
Is Jack Mack still up there?
I don't think so.
McInerney.
Oh, I think he is.
I think he's still on there. Yeah.
No, Corbin got it.
Corbin always gets
that's
it.
right.
Corbin always knows.
I think I did see that.
Cool.
Interesting. That'll be fun. It'll be so. Yeah, we got to unlock the defense that understands our players. They know Barry, but they don't know Blake. Maybe they do from his Utah days. But it'll be fun again to see. Jack was a player I really wanted to see get unlocked a bit in the last couple games, and it's really been great to see him get there. And I think Corey's on his way as well. He was doing some really good runs in, so that's the kind of player to watch for me, is to see if we can get him maybe on the end of some balls, especially against these defenses that might be not expecting some more lateral runs like that. It'll be really interesting to see how that goes. So that's one I'm looking forward to. Just see what the vibe is for our first non-weekend match, right? At the stadium, right? Obviously, 109 will be kicking it and loud as always, but what's the vibe elsewhere? And generally, I think we do want to do the parking lot most weekends, right?
Yeah, sure.
Almost every weekend date, it just seems to be so a lot of these weekdays for people to get out of work, to get there, and even show up by X time. It's just not going to work. So as we go on, though, if you do feel a pent-up demand to say, hey, I really would love to see a pregame this week, that's what the Discord's for, to have those discussions. So always here listening, and as Jerry said about watch parties too, if it's not this week, maybe it'll be another watch party in a couple weeks at the location you're giving us. So that's where that conversation keeps
And
going.
maybe
it's contagious.
They're burps. They're burps. They're
Are they
burps.
burps? But they sound like John. You're so good at burping, and it makes it sound like it's.
It's the beer advertises what it is on the cover. It makes you.
Yeah, just and maybe through the summer as we start to get our groove a little bit with set up and tear down, and maybe getting some more help doing this kind of stuff. If you are willing to help and listening to this podcast or watching right now, please reach out to us. We could always use some extra hands early on in the days to set up. So yeah, maybe during the weekdays things become a little easier and set up and tear down. But just for this upcoming week, we're gonna skip that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oscar Baron. Also, I don't know if you're here or not, but it was great to meet you, man. I will have my stickers. We'll get you the stickers that I promised you. I promise.
For sure.
Yeah, that was I failed. I thought I had some on me, but actually that day I was just like not even. I didn't
have any either. Yeah.
But I'll get you some outside. Apparently, we can't bring stickers anymore. Oh, we gotta talk about that later on too. What else we got? I was gonna say it's very important. These next few games are gonna be very, very important because the standings are going to be affected by it a lot. Right now, currently, we have Phoenix Rising in first place with 16 points, Orange County with 13, and they've only played 7 to our 9. We are tied in third and fourth. Technically, Galaxy 2 is above us because of the goal differential. We're at -4, and they're at +4, and we both have 11 points. So a lot of goals need to be scored. Galaxy 2 needs to lose, and so that's they're going to be playing against Orange County, who is currently in second. So that's not going to help us at all. But Sacramento Republic is not too far away from us with 7 points, 7 played. And then we have Oakland Roots in last place currently with 4 games played only. But, unfortunately, only 1 win, it looks like. Loss, win, draw, loss for Oakland Roots. So these next 2 games are going to be very important. We're going to take advantage of possibly 2 of the weaker teams, and getting 6 points out of the next. I would say the next 2, but I think that's what we all hope. We'll see how that goes.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we're about a third of the way through the season, and so it's we can definitely make up time in the standings. We've already played Phoenix 3 times out of 4. I don't think any of the other teams that we're talking about have played them that much. So when you actually break down standings, it's often about you got to take points away from the top teams. You got to take points away from the highest competition. And the fact that we've got a W and a draw against Phoenix Rising in 3 matches, it means a lot. So if we can start playing those 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams more and more and get some points away from those, we'll be in pretty good shape. I firmly believe we'll be in the thick of the playoff race at the end of the season.
Yeah. So I was going to say something, but then Drew put up the stats. I was going to say to Corbin, who said we should be looking at points per game rather than just points because of the various amounts of games that teams have played. And it's very, very true. However, I was going to say, come to this podcast for stats, you're in the wrong place, bro. However,
I was going to say that doesn't take into consideration.
The stats right on the screen. I was like, dang it, Drew.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were done.
But no, I agree with you. It's definitely one of those things. Oh, and Sacramento has been going downhill. I haven't been keeping up with Sacramento too much, but maybe that's why they were like, "Hey, we can't play on this field." No. Oh man, the Pacific Division is a fun one, regardless. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, I know Oakland had to they postponed that game, but how have they even played 4 matches? We've played 9 matches, and they've played 4. That's insane. That's gnarly.
I think they started late, just like Orange County did as well. But Orange County somehow is like fitting all these games in like between the week.
Right. They're obviously having facility issues. So my guess is they're also having booking issues with their facility. Would be my guess.
Yeah.
Tacoma Defiance though also only has 6 games played, and
that's interesting. I think starting on the road helped us a bit too, to have those 3 or 4, that 4 build up on the road made it to where, especially with California not being open, Oakland might have just had an issue with that as well. In terms of just being the odd man out, but it is weird that it feels like we played so many games that they've only played 4.
So I'm just looking at the overall Atlantic Central Mountain Division, Pacific Division, everything. Sporting Kansas City, I know they're in the Central. That we don't ever play them, I don't think, unless they make it. They're not going to make it. 10 games played, 7 points out of 10 matches.
Damn.
Ooh. That's why they
That's
needed
pretty bad.
Division 3, Jerry, is because they don't belong in this one.
So if y'all ever want to feel better about San Diego Loyal, go look at the Central Division because golly,
Wow.
you're bad. No wonder Louisville is so good because they're playing against. Never mind. Whatever.
Yeah, they get to
Yep.
play OKC and Sporting KC. How many
They
times?
haven't been able to play at home yet, and the league might have a 4-game consecutive away stretch max. Oh,
Yeah.
Morgan, good point.
There you go. That
So-
would make sense.
All right. Well, anything else, you guys?
Just a theory, he said, but
On that stuff, not too much. We got that big match. I think that July 3rd match will be a big fun match, kind of like this last one was with
Nationally televised, right?
yeah, nationally televised, stands full. You know, we'll be hopefully maybe doing a podcast between this one and that one. Obviously, our next podcast date would be the date of our next game, typically. So we'll work out kind of when we want to do that. Before or after, or maybe you guys have to go it without us. I know that's a real bummer to not be able to listen to Steve and Jerry, but you can be thankful you don't have to listen to me for 1 week. So you'll have that. But maybe we'll find a way to make something happen for sure for you guys. But that's it. I think on the specific game stuff. Do we want to get into a couple of the just locals things here before we cut everybody out to the post show?
sure. What you got?
Stickers? Can we talk about the stickers before we cut the show officially? Just let our people know, like, this isn't cool. This is something we should never do again as a group. We love our stickers. The stickers are beautiful. Great job, Steve and Eileen, at ordering, and Travis, I'm sure, having some hand in designing.
Yeah, not.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
not-
happened here? So we got word from the club that there was stickers. We thought that we had heard from the opposing fans they were going to sticker our stadium. So we had looked and made sure that they didn't, which thankfully they didn't really do anything.
No.
But we did apparently sticker our own section with the stickers that we gave everybody. So another one, we tell you to take some stickers, and I was the person telling you to take them. Apparently, I have to now give a disclaimer and say don't stick them on property that's not yours. Or you can, I guess, but don't do it on in the stadium on stuff that's obviously going to get cleaned off like the second you leave. Like, I don't know, like on the benches and stuff. So it was noticeable to a degree that was kind of silly, and several different sections of the not several, but enough to where I have to now say something on the podcast to you guys, because it really just upsets me that you guys just didn't take the initiative to not do that, because it's silly. We love the stickers. Save them and use them on good stuff. Turn them into magnets. Do whatever. Just don't stick them on the bleachers, please. You'll lose them.
That needs to be picked up too, and they have people that are working very, very hard. So let's try to clean up after ourselves and not put stickers in our section where they don't need to be. Put them on somewhere that's useful and you can look at them forever, because they're not going to stay in our section. I promise you that. That is not our stadium.
They'll be gone.
You guys should know that. No, but the other thing is, I realized there was a Legion match right. The following game.
The next day, yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. And so they had to clean all that up, and have it ready for the next match. So let's be respectful of Grandma's house. It's not our house. Grandma's house.
And the other thing I'll say is, if we keep seeing this kind of stuff, we're gonna stop giving out stickers for free, right? I mean, these stickers they cost us money to buy them. And if we see 50, 100 stickers in the stands, we get word from the club that they see this kind of stuff, we're just going to stop putting them out. We're going to stop giving these away. We want you guys to take some to give to your friends, to put them in places that, like Jerry said, you can see them, or other people can see them. Put them in bars and breweries that allow you to put stickers on walls, those kind of things. Don't put them on stands where they're just going to get picked up, because
Phoenix Stadium.
These cost us money, and we're not just going to give these away anymore if they just need to get picked up and thrown away. We're not going to do that anymore. So don't ruin it for any other people.
Okay, that's enough of that, though, because I don't want to sound
we're done.
parents.
No, we're not coming down, you guys. But it was just come on. Yeah.
Okay. No,
we want to give you more stickers. Yeah. And everybody was really nice. They're like, these are free? I was like, yeah, these are free. So we want to keep them free and keep them fun. Just keep stickers. Make the stickers fun for everybody. And don't be stupid. Be nice to 109. It's our home for now, but it's Grandma's house.
Do what I did. Get a bottle and put your beautiful sticker on it.
But
when I went to my grandma's house and played with my toys, there was the toys in a specific closet, and you would always have to put them back in the bin in the specific closet, right, at Grandma's house, right? Once we have our own house, maybe we won't have to. We can be a little more we'll have our own section. But even then, Grandma here, we just want to take it easy with, and at least she's letting us back in and doing things at the parking lot, and yeah, it was fun, guys. Let's do this again on Tuesday. How does that sound?
Those would be my closing thoughts. Is while these weeks have been crazy and game days are crazy, this is like what we've always been asking for. It's what we've been waiting for, right? I mean, we had one game last year, and now we're getting to do this week in and week out. We're getting to go to the parking lot. We're getting to go into the stadium and get to sing the same songs every week. And everybody's getting to know each other and getting to put your arms around each other and celebrate with different people. And we're like finally getting to build this community and culture like we've always wanted to. And it's just like, it makes my soul so happy to be able to do this, even though my voice struggles week in and week out. My heart is so happy that what we set out to build, it seems like 2.5 years ago now, 2 years ago now, we're finally getting that chance to really build this the way that we've always wanted to. So keep it up, everybody. Keep putting your energy out there. Keep saying your heart out. Stay engaged. Thank you so much. That's really all I have to say.
So I just noticed we have our match on the 25th. Like I said, quick turnaround, 4 days. For Oakland Roots, it's even worse. They're playing against Austin Bold FC on the 26th, Saturday, and then the 29th playing against us. So,
wow, they got to make up the games. Bang bang.
Yeah. There you
we
go.
got our bangers only with the bang bang.
No, this is going to be just a fantastic, but very, very, very tough run for the next couple of months. So we appreciate your patience with the leadership with all of us. If we reach out, we don't get back to you right away. Please understand that we have a lot of things behind the scenes that we're doing along with our lives that are, kind of take over once in a while. And so again, we appreciate you guys listening to us. I think we're going to call it a night, right? Is everybody good with us saying bye?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's go. We have, again, match this Friday. Stay tuned on social media for where you can go and watch it with us. And go San Diego Loyal. Bye.
The post show. We're in the post show. Well, our show and the Padres game ended exactly at the same time. Weird. Sorry, the Padres-Dodgers game, for those who observe their holidays.
Padres won, huh?
Padres won, yeah.
It was close, though. It was a good game. That's what you want if you're an objective or just a general observer. It was quite the game. Good tactician battle.
Stop grinning, Steve.
Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun that they're just like relevant or whatever? Like, I don't know, man. This is like a thing.
That shirtless man is awesome. I think his name's what's his name? Oh, dude.
Oh, the shirtless dude,
Lucas.
The funny part was the funniest part is he came up to me and Tom the first time before he took his shirt off and was like, at halftime, he's like, if we win, I'm gonna take my shirt off. Or if we score, he's like, if we go ahead, I'm gonna take my shirt off. And we're like, okay, man. And then he goes up, and then like I look back, like, and I'm like, he wasn't kidding. He was definitely it was not a veiled threat. He had it planned and was ready to go, man. And now he's the shirt off guy. But I love it. The passion's there.
I believe he's moving to Nashville though.
Yeah, he got a job with the Titans.
Titans.
I saw that.
Couldn't tie those nips down.
Man. Congratulations if you're listening.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, it is.
Shirtless man is going to Nashville. Yeah, okay. 3 shirtless guys? Where?
We need a new shirtless guy.
we're auditioning. We're holding auditions for his shirtless.
Who's gonna step up?
Dude, I looked over because he was like maybe 2 rows above me, and we made eye contact, and I did like the whole "I love you," and he just like, it's like you're amazing, bro. So good. Immediately started following him on social media. I think we found each other, but he's a cool guy, cool dude.
Yeah, he's great.
And, oh man, we're gonna miss his. Oh, I'm sure somebody else would come along and take their shirt off. The pictures that came out of this match are amazing too. Like
Yeah.
kudos to I think his name's Ty Noel. We had Carrie out there, and Ryan doing his thing. Ryan's been doing video stuff, so all the video stuff that you see is mainly Ryan, and then edited by either
Who's the
himself
first
or
one you said? Ty?
Ty Noel.
Where's he on social media, on Instagram?
Yeah, he's the one of the lead photographers for the club that shall not be named in San Diego again. And I don't know if you guys want to look him up, but if you don't like that team from Los Angeles,
I don't think I've seen any of his pictures. What's his handle?
Ty Noel, TYNOWELL.
Thank you. I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, good stuff from them. He's a fantastic photographer.
Yeah, Red.
Yeah.
There's some good pictures.
I loved having a picture.
Carrie's killing it as always too. Her stuff's great.
Oh yeah, Carrie's amazing, dude. Like
Yeah.
her in match
Some
stuff.
of the best stuff of us is hers. Yeah, for sure.
So good. What's going on in the chat? I'm trying to keep up with what's going on.
I'm trying to make a post game tweet here.
Now accepting applications for the role of shirtless guy. Please send all inquiries to Drew D Steck at
Drew D Steck.
What is your email? Hold on.
My middle name's T.
T. That's what I said. I said Drew D Steck. I just would say it in my Mexican accent.
Yeah, send Drew D.
Drew D Steck.
The D Steck.
Stop
Mr. D Steck.
Only I can do that accent. Stop it. You're gonna fly me out up in the road. Oh my gosh.
It's okay if I do Nick's accent, but not anybody's.
Well, Nick's not here to tell you to stop.
He can drive over to my house and tell me to stop.
Okay,
But that probably is what will happen.
Just at home clearing his
Come
teeth.
outside my window. Hey, Drew, cut it out.
I do. That's so good.
I can actually see him doing it. Yeah. Cut it out. All right, this is actually a pretty good one. But yeah, so I did write a Beyonce themed loyal song to Halo. Okay, he told me to stop.
How does it go? Let's do it. How does it go?
I just gotta find my notes here. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. Tapping on. You hear all the tapping? He's like,
Me?
no, I
I'm
think
a
it's
typer. Is it me?
You're not a typer. You're a
No.
human being. It's Drew.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's a little bit of an echo still, and it's been happening for the last one. I don't know who it is, but I can hear myself a little echo right now. So can we do a little bit of an test? Drew, can you mute yourself real quick? Okay. Yep, it's you. It immediately went away. I can hear it.
That's
So
because
there's-
everybody tells me to turn my mic up, and then where's the echo though? Is it an
weird.
echo that feeds back through, or is it like a soft echo?
I'm not sure. It's a soft echo. It's not super duper noticeable. I can hear though, and I have because I have headphones.
If it goes up to that level that I always say is a little bit too high, so now go ahead and talk.
Yeah. Nope. Hello. Check. Nope. See, it's gone. I don't. Oop. Nope. There it is.
Yeah, so I go just a little bit too high. You can hear my AirPod.
Your earpods.
In the mic. My AirPod in the mic.
So I'm gonna teach you something really quick. I hope you don't mind. The pod mic takes the audio from right here. So if you have it, if you're over here and you're
So if it's
and you're
pointing that way, so put it on the right side of my face, and then I won't have a problem.
or
Now
just
it's on the left side.
or what you really should do is just put it right here and just talk to it like this. I'm just kidding. You're fine.
Hello, welcome
Those
to
are
the
delayed
Loyal
laughs, Steve. Come on, man.
I got
Podcast.
you.
Minutes.
What is this?
I like that people are pitching me shirtless dudes. This is great.
What?
Yeah, thanks, Jerry.
What happened?
My email's full of just shirtless dudes now.
Nice. Drew T. Steck at hotdogs.com. That is. I don't know why I just said that.
I'm not part of the.
Where's the podcast?
Who does the hot
Kobayashi.
dog thing? The lunatics.
I heart Kobayashi. Is Drew's
But what's
this is
the?
a hot dog guy,
It's
right?
the one. Yeah, the hot dog guy. They actually had the one of the better things they ever show on like ESPN. What they call the Ocho, when it's like they do like the weirdest sports competitions that they've
Oh
ever
yeah.
carried. Is the Kobayashi? Well, the other guy, I forget his name, Joey Chestnut. Their like initial
Hmm.
meeting in like 2003 in Sheboygan at the Johnsonville Sausage eating competition. I was not there, but regrettably.
Oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
if you ever watch it, just like there's a whole like culture around the whole thing. But yeah, the like dipping and eating of it in the water and all that stuff is disgusting.
Oh my
Incredible.
goodness.
Only an American kid.
Hey, so for fun, I looked up your name, and there's a Drew Steck that's a band director and jazz director.
Cool.
And
Is it me with a goatee?
yeah, it looks
It's like Ron
like
Swanson with
really
his,
oddly looks a lot like you.
We're all the same. There's a lot of people whose last name starts with Steck, and then they just like pretend that it's Steck, but it's not. Too. That's a thing that happens. So,
It's not a very like common last name.
no, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, it's like if you thought about it, like what country would you think it's from? If you didn't see my face, if it was just like blank or whatever. We lost
Steck?
Steve. He doesn't want to talk about this. But you would assume, I think you'd assume that it's German, but that maybe that's just because I assume
No, I
that,
think
but
I
it's
would
like,
assume it's German. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like you can tell that it's German, but otherwise it's like not really. It doesn't really like tell you much about origin. But it's kind of like Shank or, you'll see like a Steckler a lot or something like that. So yeah,
Oh, Steckenrider, right? Drew
Steckenright.
Steckenrider, the Marlins reliever or whatever. That's another guy.
Yeah, there's ones like in sports I'll see them a lot where it's like Steck plus like a whole other like 3 syllables.
Dude, do you
You know,
use
thank
LinkedIn?
God that I've only got one.
Your LinkedIn just popped up.
I do use LinkedIn,
Do you use it?
but
I need to start
I
using my
haven't
LinkedIn.
used it in a long time. But people
Hey,
endorse me for skills on there, so maybe I should go on
what?
there.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should go on there.
Amazing.
And I think it's a real thing now. I used to just like think like, oh, nobody cares about LinkedIn. Now it's like actually your resume. People care. It's like Facebook, but your resume. So
Yeah, you. It
update
looks like
LinkedIn.
you have some. Look, dude, like yours looks way better than mine. Mine is like, for a while, I think it said that I was like in Chicago or something, which is weird.
I work with too many salespeople. I think they're always updating theirs for new jobs. So then they fill in mine. So that maybe works.
Nice. No, dude, yeah, this looks super. I'm gonna start using LinkedIn. I don't know why we're talking about LinkedIn. This is going
Yeah, guys.
downhill
We should
fast.
have a locals
Steve, we need
LinkedIn.
Steve.
To be fair, somebody thinks we need a locals LinkedIn. So that's the
Yeah,
next thing
that's
to come. So if you guys want to see us just join more social media, if we need a MySpace, or maybe somebody wants to start a local Zanga, that would be great. We can post little microblogs about how we feel. That's what Zanga was.
On TV.
Stecklefish is a fish on.
No, we're joking, Steve. We were talking about LinkedIn for the last like 3 minutes.
Oh, well, Bum TV.
Bum TV
Yeah,
has
you
turned
missed
into
out on that
Jerry
conversation.
updating his LinkedIn profile.
No, I definitely have to now that I have a new job.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be part of like the whole 2 months being
Yeah.
crazy with me starting a job like after vacation, after that Cholos game. I'm not gonna be there because I'm gonna be on vacation, and then I immediately start a match. See, look, dude, I'm lines are getting crossed. Start a job right after, and we have like consecutive matches. It's
I
ridiculous.
know.
Wow.
So yeah, but LinkedIn is gonna be one of those that from what I understand, my new position is probably going to require. So you'll see me on there, Drew. I'm gonna befriend you.
There you go. Cool. I will
Your
accept
picture
the
is
friend request.
hilarious, dude. How old were you in that picture, though?
The one with the mustache?
No. You're like you have a laptop and you're looking away from the laptop.
Oh, that one I was like 20, probably 22,
20.
23.
Go with 20.
No, 22,
Oh.
23.
Oh, so only a couple years ago.
Only like a decade ago.
I was trying to help.
I haven't
But-
touched my LinkedIn in so long.
My
I don't even think I
official
have a
corporate-
LinkedIn anymore.
My official corporate portrait's me with a mustache, which is rare.
Really?
But I grew it out like specifically to take the picture. And then I was forced to shave it by the
Shut
person
up!
who
Did you
took the
really?
picture.
I'm gonna have to try to find your corporate.
What, your badge?
I'll send it
Like
to you.
your work badge?
Yeah, like my work badge. There was an
That's
actual
so
like.
good.
I actually have a metal like framed photo of it that they
So
gave
good.
to me when I left that office. They're like, "Well, we don't hang this here anymore because you don't work here." So I was like,
Okay,
"Okay." So I
so-
have this like framed photo of myself. It's not huge. It's like 10 by 10, but it's like,
So
what? Are
what?
you gonna do
Okay,
with this? I'm not gonna hang it anywhere.
Any
Drew,
matches
you're such a
any
legend.
matches you can't make, we need that in the stands.
Okay, yeah. If I can make a couple later this year that I can't
Like
make,
what?
so
Yeah,
I'll send that with you guys.
dude, that's
guys can
rad.
pal around with it.
You're like a legend when it comes to taking pictures for social media stuff. Like you just everything that comes out is always so good, and it's like dude. There's the Vimeo picture. Your Vimeo picture is amazing.
Oh,
Okay,
those were all done by the same dude.
dude, I'm telling you, these are so good. Like that is.
Mostly in the same sequence of stuff.
Now everybody's gonna look you up now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop now. Okay. I was gonna mention a couple things.
Speaking of shirtless dudes, check out my Vimeo.
Oh. Oh no. I was gonna say. Oh, San Diego Loyal's shop. The shop dropped a bunch of stuff. I'm not a big fan, honestly, of
Yeah.
any of the stuff. Is there anything in there that you guys?
I like the grid T-shirt, but it feels like they just like stole it from somebody and then put it in there. Like I don't know if they came up with it or not.
You know what? I lied. The play the field tee is awesome.
Yeah, that's the one I like. That's the one I like. Everything
That's
else,
bad.
like,
That's a really good one.
Let me look.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen it all. The 619 scarf is cool.
They have a.
It's cool.
I don't love it. I
It's
like
alright.
the Unity tee is cool. That's the one that they've been playing, like using while they're doing their like warm ups, pre-match
Yeah.
warm. And then they have a. Hey, I think this is the first ever. I'm gonna buy this Loyal Pride pen. It's the first. I think that's the first like official thing with anything Pride from Loyal. That's pretty cool. It's not the prettiest. Dang it.
Yeah.
Not
It's a pen.
Forever Proud. It's a pen. Well, I'm in my new job talking about LinkedIn. I'm also gonna need pens, Steve.
$5 pens.
If it's refillable, it's worth it, dude. Pens are
demand
expensive.
respect.
Yo,
Yeah, I'm a pencil snob. As an
Pen?
engineer, I buy and use expensive pencils. And in the lab I was working in Phoenix, there's no pencils because there's no, they call it foreign object debris, FOD. And if a pencil lead breaks off, it's considered FOD. So I'd use pens, and I threw a fit. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm a little bit of a diva. It's all right. I admit it.
a little bit. Pens
I've had the
are,
same pen for like 10 years.
dude. They're
Oh
so
yeah, that's sick. I lose things too. So
they're so pricey though. Like a good pen is expensive. I'm gonna see if I have my pen in here.
No, I
don't
try
think
and like
I
I
do.
just never take it off my desk. It like only stays on my desk.
Oh dang it! I thought it was.
Any other pen that leaves my desk, I lose.
No, because I have a really expensive pen too that was gifted to me, and I can't find it. It's here somewhere. I'm not gonna look for it. Why are we talking about pens? Oh, you posted the Beyonce.
Post shows for.
Yeah, you posted the Beyonce song for
I
those.
posted the lyrics. Yeah. Remember those walls they built? Well, I stayed there tumbling down, and they didn't even put up. They didn't even make a sound. Found a way to get the win, but I never really had it down. Standing in the light of your halo, I'm a local now.
Oh my God, you
It's
actually
like I've been
want to do the whole thing
awakened.
though.
The old rule I
You
had
gotta
to
type it out.
break The shot we had you taken. They're never gonna shut you out.
Hold on.
Everywhere I'm looking,
Hold
I'm
on.
surrounded by this game day. SD, I can see you're loyal. We'll follow you wherever you play.
Hey,
I
the
don't know what I
28.
thought about this one day.
that
but
bangs.
Yeah.
What do you guys think for our orange and white bass drum? The 28-inch that Alan plays. Should we do white or black heads on it? I feel like white.
Like custom heads.
No, he's gonna buy some replacement heads because one's broken.
White.
One broke.
Yeah, I'm gonna say white because the black
Was he
is
texting you?
yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
too like Orange County.
They were like zooming in on the drums during the.
Well, why don't we do custom ones?
Because we need to have replacement ones, Steve.
Yeah. All right. So
Custom ones are expensive. So if we rip one in the middle of the game, we need to change it out real quick or something.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
We still have to have backups.
All right, is it quick to replace drum heads?
It takes a few minutes.
But
It's
that's
definitely
quicker
not-
than I thought it would. That's quicker than I thought it would be.
That's not quick. It'll take maybe, I'd say 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
But that's doable within a match.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have to do it, but yes, it's definitely doable.
Yeah, cool.
The Sunny D sweatshirt is good. Which one's the Sunny?
They
Yes.
both had
the new
custom ones
one?
may muffle the sound too, which makes sense.
Really? Why?
which is good though.
Because
On
of
a big
material.
base table, you want that though. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, it depends because of the print on it. So it just kind of depends on what kind of print it is.
And Paul
Custom
always knows a
printing
good
head.
music guy. There you go.
Hey, let's go. Yeah,
He's
they
in.
don't-
He's donating too. He's all in. So
All right. I'll be in touch, Paul.
Yo,
With
you're
this
right.
idea.
The sunset. What is it called? Hold on. Sunny D. The Sunny D sweatshirt's pretty cool. I like it.
yeah. It's but it felt like the problem is the hit rate, right? You want to have like 4 out of 5 be like stuff you want to buy. When it's like 1 out of 5, you're like, eh. So I feel like the hit rate's got to turn back up because for a while there they were putting out some stuff where I felt like every other thing I really wanted to buy, and now I do feel like it's cooled off. Maybe that's just the general appetite. Maybe we should have our merch mansion consultant on one of these episodes to discuss it at some point in length. But yeah,
Get him on and just talk about like why our merch is so important to him. He's like always there.
Yes,
where do you
it's
tell
crazy.
your wife are when you're at the store?
Yeah. That one. Those are the important questions. Like those are the really important questions. Right
Why is
there.
there
How
so
do I
much
get my
Shake
wife
Shack?
to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you hide your Shake Shack wrappers?
Emergency surgery on a drum. Easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do some custom ones. We should do some good ones. Paul, I'll be in touch because I know Alan said that his wife had some contacts for those. But then I think that Alan's wife's contacts don't work at where they thought that they worked anymore, so it didn't really work out. But yeah, Paul, if you have contacts, we can be in touch. Cool. Sick.
Yeah, the SD that's round or this Taylor
It's a
said
cool
that
idea.
like round SD is cool. You can do even one side that, or you could even do locals on tour drumhead,
Ooh.
or you could do the
I
circle.
did I
logo.
did some
This
some
one.
drum head designs. Oh yeah, the circle bomb would be cool.
The circle bow would be rad.
That'd be really good.
New one. That one.
Even just a simple,
Yeah.
even just a simple one. Yeah.
That one would look cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
Did you say you made some custom designs yourself?
No, I'm just saying out of the designs that we've done and have circulated, I put circles around them and did. And like, remember when I was texting you all those? We were talking about that. Yeah. That was a while ago, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm so like out of it. I did so much today. I feel so accomplished, but at the same time, I also am like, ugh. So that's that's why I hit this before eating. I hope I'm gonna edit that out. By the way, only our live listeners are gonna know that happened. I wasn't. Yeah, it was gonna look sick. I'm gonna put some lights on it too.
Yeah, I've been looking at that too.
Some smoke
I've
bomb.
been looking at the lights.
Get like a disco ball on the top, just like the whole section. Dude,
On every drum.
on every drum, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Kind of. Then I'm like, it's not really.
Can we put Drew on a drum? It'd be a droom.
What?
Tay-Tay's comment.
Oh God,
So
Dave.
you're just banging my face.
What?
But I
Can
have
you
to be
say
making a
that?
face like I'm
That's
getting
pretty
hit in the
good.
face.
I'm editing the episode right now as we're doing this. So at least I'm
Oh, no.
productive, and if I'm not looking, put the 109 bomb on a drum. Yes, that'd be sick.
We could just get a can of 109,
And
tape it to a drum. That also works. That could be our
Yeah, the 109
If you
bomb
wanna-
on a drum would be sick.
Yeah.
bum on a drum.
Bum on a
Bum
drum.
on a drum.
Bum on a drum with the chance in the pants.
Chance in the pants. Chance in the
pants.
pants. Chance in
With
the
the bum on the
pants.
drum.
That is.
Hum drum, bum drum, chance in the pants. Jerry, you want to see what I'm editing?
Oh, I was doing something and then I forgot. Sorry. Here, this is what I wanted to do. Let's go back to this real quick because this is gonna be good. I promise. If I can find it on my phone. No, it's only piano backing. I need to find. I'm trying to find the instrumental to Halo. We're gonna have Drew sing this. Hold on, dude. Actually, the music is really good to Halo. To be fair.
It's a really good song, actually, and the drum beat would actually work for a supporter section, but I think it's bridged too far. That's where most of my songs end up.
Let's see. I hate YouTube and their commercials. I don't. I refuse to pay for whatever it is to get rid of commercials. I'm not gonna do that. But it's also super annoying, is it not?
Yeah.
It's just like always the one time you're just like, please don't be a 2-minute commercial, and it's like, here's a 2-minute commercial about fabric softener. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I know how to take care of my clothes. Thanks. I need. Here we go.
Rotate canvas.
Doesn't. Is this how it starts? I thought it's the piano thing. There it is. All right, Steve, you're gonna sing it. Go back to the lyrics.
Nope.
No. Where's Floto when we need her?
She's sleeping.
Remember those walls they built? Well, they're tumbling down.
Dude.
They didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. Found a way to get the win, but I never really had it down. Standing in the light of your halo.
How many people are still watching?
I am a local now. They're going up. Everywhere I'm
Going up?
The old rule I had you break it. It's the shot that we're taking. They never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now. I'm surrounded by this game day. I can see you loyal. Pray it won't fade away. Oh,
Yes,
no.
Jerry, you have one.
We'll throw a party in this place. Testing, I can feel you loyal. Pray it won't fade away. I can feel you loyal.
Dude, we did like the whole thing.
Loyal. There's another verse.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
what happens when you're.
I mean, it could work. It just like it's a lot.
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. This thing is gonna start playing. Okay, got it.
It could work.
It could work. I mean, I don't absolutely hate it. It's just a lot for somebody to remember unless they know the lyrics already.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot. It's kind of the same problem with the Swan Lake, which is great, which is like even more memorizable melody.
Drew, look at Abel's comment.
South Park character, I know.
Yeah, the first part definitely sounds like a South Park character.
Just tuned in after referencing these games. Not sure why.
Not sure why you did too, Jeff.
Bad decision.
You tuned into the post show, man. You can go back and watch a real show if you just take the timeline and go back.
You know what? That's true, Jeff. I'm not sure why you would referee 2 men's league games. That's weird. Let me see. What am I doing? Oh, yes. Upload the song. I'm working while you guys are playing.
Oh, I'm also working, Jerry.
Are you? What are you doing?
I'm not.
Oh, you want to see what I'm working on?
Yeah, what you working on?
Okay. Hold on.
You gonna show me?
Yeah, I will. It's not bad.
Close all those other tabs, Drew.
I just don't think Jerry. I don't think Jerry wants to see what I'm working on.
Why don't I want to see?
I'm just working on this.
Are you... Car?
Shared my screen. Hold. No,
Was
it
that
does not
Steve?
have permission to share my screen.
That was. There's a car next to my house. Yeah.
Oh, I have to change my permissions and stuff. I can't show you what I'm working.
Happy birthday, Jeff! Oh, I didn't know it was your birthday, sir. Happy birthday!
Jeff. Jeff. It's like how Shannon says skip. Jeff. Jeff. Happy birthday, Jeff. Skip.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
You're a red.
Barger.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
I
birthday
don't like
to
you
you.
too much. Happy birthday, Jeff. What are you working on, Drew?
Here, I'll share the image. I'm gonna put it in the. I'll just put it on the. I have to like upload it. Hold on.
I should. Oh, dang it.
This is what I
should
was
do
working
this one.
on.
Yeah. Y'all know what this is, right? That's me.
That's what I'm working on, Jerry.
Nice.
I don't know. I can't read. Three-way condition. Can't read that part. I can't read the rest of it.
Ever see LA Story? With Steve Martin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
I thought of that one today. So
I'm a little too smart to start talking shit this early about our 12-pack bet. So I'm glad
There
we
you
won
go.
tonight, and that is all I'm going to say.
Well, I'm just making a
I don't
nice
remember
little
any
post
bets
to go
at
in
all.
the Dodgers.
Jerry.
I don't make bets. Bets are bad. Only bets I make are Mookie bets. Ah.
The only bets you make are the ones you win, like last season.
Yeah. Only bets I like are Mookie bets.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Man,
The only bets I like have two T's. You can say that, Jerry.
we suck right now. It's all right. Potters are killing it.
You guys are still ahead of us in the standings.
Yeah, the Padres still are a game and a half back, I think, even after tonight, right? But
Be one game.
Yeah.
One game today.
one game. Is it one game at this point?
It was two before today. Then we
How did-
won and lost.
Okay,
So
what I
that's a
really
half
want to
game
know
and a
is
half, yeah.
what I really want to know is how did Blake Snell actually do today?
He pitched well.
Did
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
good.
Kept the.
He needs that.
He didn't give up
He
a ton
pitched-
of runs. So.
He pitched 5 and gave up no runs. The first inning was shaky, and then he got out of it, and then he was pitched well. So
Nice.
Yeah, he was real. He started rough, but that's normal for him. He doesn't usually. If he starts great, you're like, oh, he'll be really great today. But he normally starts a little bit slow. Whereas like you comes out and you's got like a pitch plan from like 1 to 25.
Oh no, Corbin's looking you up, and he found you on LinkedIn.
Cool. Nothing on that page is current.
Cool.
I don't have a LinkedIn. I don't think I have one. If you find it, it's very outdated. I haven't touched that shit in so long. I worked for the same company for 8 years now, almost 8 years. Yeah, I got no updates to that shit.
Yeah, I'm coming up on probably about 8 years as well. And yeah, it's like I haven't really touched it in probably 2 to 3 years. I think since I moved out here and it was like, oh yeah, what else is out here? And there's just a different professional scene, and that was like probably the last time I touched it was like maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Dowsing the Firebird. Is that what we're calling it?
We don't have to. That was the tentative title
Like
that
it.
I thought of in 2 minutes. Dowsing, super soak the Firebird.
When was last update when we changed divisions at our company? How long ago was that? See, I haven't even touched mine at all. So you might find
You're
me.
gonna be doing.
Wait, Jerry, you start back up after you get back from Sedona.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You stoked?
Very stoked. I'm excited.
Should
I've
be.
been reading up a whole bunch about what I'm gonna do.
Cool.
I'm excited. It'll be interesting. It's gonna be a totally different thing that I'm used to doing, but at the same time,
Is it gonna be like long hours, like super demanding, or is it gonna be like
Oh.
9 to 5?
no, 7 to 4.
Sick.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's early as shit, but still.
Nah, honestly,
Shit to me.
like when I was plumbing, it was 6 in the morning, and after hours were ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to have a steadier,
Nice.
well-paid job.
Yeah, and 7 to 4 is good because then you got nights to do this kind of stuff, and you're not on call and that kind of stuff. Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing. Is like no on calls.
No weekends.
No. On Corbin found mine too. See, yeah, no, there's nothing on there, dude. I'm gonna fix that though. I promise. That's probably this week's goal is to have my LinkedIn up and running properly and looking professional. So for those of you that are wondering, I'm gonna be like my technical title, my actual title right now is in-house recruiter / ACBI instructor. And ACBI stands for Anderson Career Builder Institute, which is the school part of Anderson. So I'll be recruiting for Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air, and I'll also be recruiting for the school and teaching at the school.
Trying to make people as good as Jerry, but never succeeding
Smart.
because Jerry is the best. So
I would hope that people or become better than me. That's
I
the
know that's
goal.
always the dream of a teacher, and it
Dude,
is. It's cool.
so much for that's literally the most, and this is why
Yeah.
I wanted this job so much. Literally the most satisfying feeling and the most fulfilling thing when you see one of your students that had no knowledge of plumbing now killing it and making like 3 times as much as you've ever made, and that
Yeah.
this literally happened. It makes me super proud because I see that they were able to, do something amazing that otherwise
Yeah.
wouldn't have been able to do if it wasn't for this trait. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, actually.
I miss that in my job. I used to do more of that, where I would go and train people for a lot more, and then it's cool. And they would first come into the company, and then you'd see them 3 or 4 years on, and they would be just like flourishing and doing a great job, and you're like, I remember when they didn't know where the bathrooms were. Like it's pretty fun to have that kind of connection. So yeah, it is. I'm happy for you, man. I'm really excited to see you blossom in this role because it sounds like it's a perfect fit. Sounds like
It's
it's
gonna
the
be fun.
vase for your blooming flower, Jerry.
I love that. Thank you, man. No, yeah, it's gonna be fun, but it's also gonna take away from this a little bit. So that's what I'm, a little bit, not a lot.
No, but it works together. I mean, recruiting. I mean, you're gonna meet more. You meet lots of people through this. You have a chance to let people know, hey, this is an opportunity, and reach different markets and groups of people. So, I think it's great, man. It all kind of the skills are obviously sharp and there to do this kind of stuff internally, and in terms of communication and things that I know at companies is always, for some reason, always weird. They always are like, let's just do email newsletters, and you're like, but you could do so many more things to get your point across and
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm excited to see what you come up with because there'll be a lot of creativity there as well, which is it's always missing sometimes in companies until you inject it in the form of a person like yourself.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot.
Of
That
course.
means a lot. 1:17:25. Not too bad on this episode, guys. An hour and 17 minutes. We're sticking to our regular 20 minutes after an hour. I try to keep them to an hour, but
Yeah.
like people are okay with this stuff.
At hotdogs.com. How have I not seen that before?
Is this still down there? Look at you, dude.
Yeah.
It's been there for a while.
I said you didn't. I think you left for that a little bit.
Yeah, you said to email Drew T Stick at
Your D stick. I don't know why I said at hotdogs.com.
had to keep it.
Dodgers can't pitch out the sticky stuff. You know what, man? As a Dodgers fan, I have to say that's so annoying. No, no, seriously, it's been hilarious to watch. Like, did you guys see that one coach that I don't even know what is the Nationals match? The Nationals game? I said match. The Nationals game where like they asked the umps to go
Scherzer?
again, and then the pitchers are like getting upset about it to where the
Yeah.
point where
Did you see? Did you see Sergio Romo took his pants off?
pants
no-
off? Yeah, that's I think who I saw.
Sergio Romo. Yeah, it was. He used to be on the Giants. I don't know who he plays for now, but I saw that earlier and it made me laugh.
Dude,
And then you see a guy like you, Darvish, yesterday when they're like, check your hat, check your glove, and he's like, thank you. Like, just a difference in culture.
So weird.
Yeah,
plays
but
for
taking his
the,
pants off was so funny.
plays for
Is there
the
a version
A's.
of that in soccer? There's nothing really that you're just like juicing because it's all about endurance.
No,
and
you
doing it
can't.
through 90. There's really no way to do it.
Steroids. That's it.
Yeah, the Russian team in the 2018
Yeah,
World Cup.
doping.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the New York Post article that just came out an hour ago about it says Sergio Romo pulls down pants as MLB pitchers freak out over screenings. Dude, it
You should get the TSA to do the screenings. So the umpires don't do it, so they'll bring out TSA members.
I just love that other. Well, it was the Nationals, I think. The game Nationals against Cincinnati or something. I don't know who it was, but
Yeah, Scherzer he freaked out. Yeah,
the coach for the other team that was actually like
the
taking
Phillies. The Phillies. Yeah,
the Phillies. Okay. Oh, and he wasn't even supposed to coach like the Padres or something at some point. Dave Martinez. That's who it is.
Oh,
So he
Yeah.
he ended up and they lost, two losers. He like asked the umps to go and check the pitcher for the Nationals, right? And then Max Scherzer.
hmm
And like on his way back, I think it was near the end when he was actually just going to be out of the game. He just stared him down
I saw
to the
that.
point where the manager got up and was like, "Come at me!" And then he got ejected from the. uh, this is like I don't like
It'll
baseball.
be interesting.
So here's the thing: is like I don't love baseball. I enjoy it. It's fine. It is what it is, and it's a cool sport. I can watch it, no problem. But when it's stuff like this, like I really get into it. I really am like, oh my gosh, what is going on right now with
Yeah, yeah.
MLB? And it's I
It's
understand
interesting.
it.
It's interesting, right? I mean, the players and coaches have been teaching sticky stuff for years, and now all of a sudden baseball's like, whoa, we have a pitching problem. Pitching's too good, and baseball's too boring because nobody's scoring runs. So now we're gonna not let this happen anymore. But pitchers are like, dude, we've been doing this for forever. Now you're just gonna like take it away from us, like just cold turkey.
Mhm.
And I kind of agree, it's messed up, but baseball is gonna baseball. Baseball is so good at shooting themselves in the foot. They're so good at it. And even something like trying to get more offense, they still screw it up. They still can't get it right. So I don't know. They should have just waited for the offseason. And so they had to do it mid-season and make some big show about it, and all this shit's gonna happen. And yeah, it's gonna bring, this is entertaining what's happening right now, but it's also kind of still as a clown show,
That's baseball, though. I mean, like, they don't know how to handle things in normal ways. Like,
Yeah.
have they ever, like, they're like, let's have a players' strike. Sure, let's try. It's like they don't care. Like, it's such a weird league versus other leagues because of the dynamics of the players' union being much stronger.
Yeah, good
than
point.
much other leagues. So it is
There's a
very
strike coming.
interesting versus what you see in the NFL where it's like the players have no leverage. And then similar here in U.S. soccer, still players have no leverage, right? And we hope maybe by the time, in 10 years, I'd like to see that American players maybe have leverage, in terms of viability and options. But it does still seem like you're very beholden to a club, right? In most sports, generally. And that's
Well,
not
Abel,
just
Abel makes a good point. Like, they don't pitch. Yeah, I'm sure there's pitchers that don't. Like, Jarvis yesterday pitched pretty well without anything. Obviously, and Snell pitched pretty good tonight without anything. So there's pitchers that can, but it's interesting. It's a very interesting dynamic how you push the envelope of these rules that they make when they've been around for these. It's technically always been illegal to doctor the baseball, but it's been like this kind of unwritten rule that if you're going to throw the ball 100 miles an hour, you should grip it better and not hit somebody in the face. So then they kind of look the other way when you want to put something on the baseball. But then guys like Garrett Cole, put spider tack on it and spin the ball at 5,000 RPMs and they're unhittable. And I use him as an example because he didn't even deny it. He got asked directly and he's like, I don't know how to answer that question. Like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
Corbin sent me a request on LinkedIn. I'm not gonna approve you, bro. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
You're savage, Jerry.
Gotta have that network in Ohio, Jerry. You gotta accept
we went to baseball talk, but
True. Gotta do it.
no, but there's a joke in
how did this
Naked
go
Gun
into
where they
baseball
literally
talk?
like
I don't know. Good question.
The joke in Naked Gun is he takes he's patting down players to try and find a gun. In one scene at a ballpark he's masquerading as an umpire trying to find a gun on a player, but he goes up to the pitcher and he pulls out of his hat like Vaseline and like a rotator saw, like a handheld saw to like kind of shave off the baseball, and he's just like, yeah, well, that's fine, you can keep all of that, right? The joke being that like, yeah, they've always had that kind of stuff in their hats or whatever, right, where they had just like weird stuff hidden up there, and it goes back to the minors for a lot of guys where it's just you find a thing and you find a routine and you stick with it. And I think that it has partially, as Steve says, to do with grip in the baseball, but it's also just partly about routine with baseball too, which is a huge part of this. So it'll be interesting to see as these guys' routines get thrown off, how they continue to pitch, because pitching is like 95% routine in terms of how players deal with it.
That makes sense.
And Ben and Woods is a great conduit if you want to hear much more enlightened baseball talk than our post-show podcast. But it is always fun to hear everybody's different opinions on this stuff.
I'm listening to them more and more. Actually, I really
They're
enjoy
great,
those
yeah.
guys.
They're
They're-
just a fun
Yeah, but I
show.
wish they'd
It's a
talk more
fun
SC
show.
loyal. I know it takes
Yeah.
time. I know we got to get them out to a game and really get them to fall in love with it, but I wish they would.
I'm gonna bring it back around to the beautiful game. Well, kinda, to MASL. They did this thing where literally the last match of the before playoffs started this season, they threw in a rule of the coaches are able to challenge a play, and they gave them a flag. And this has not been done, I don't think, ever in this um in this version of indoor soccer. And so they tried it, and it was the San Diego Sockers versus, I believe it was the Dallas Sidekicks, at which the coach of the Sockers actually threw the first flag ever and won the first challenge ever in MASL history. And it was something that was done again right before the game, right before the playoffs started, was tested and then implemented in actual playoff games.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like, yeah, they can drop all these rules in the middle of the season. They don't care. MLB is so much bigger too. Imagine, I mean, if MASL can, well, I guess it should be the other way, right? So like, if MASL can do it, sure. I mean, because they're a small league, but MLB, it's different, and so it was interesting. Soakers.
The Soakers, man.
The Soakers.
Oh, that makes them so good.
We were talking about that at Creative Creature. Abel said Soakers. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
the
yeah,
Soakers.
Daryl from the Soakers. Yeah, that was funny.
Okay. I was
I like saying
I
things
don't-
differently.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm a
just
big fan of
joking.
saying words
Yeah.
differently, so I just like it generally.
Hey, how was your talk with the commissioner?
Oh, amazing! You guys should
I
check
haven't
that
listened to
out.
that one yet.
Oh, so good. Yeah, go and check it out. And Soccer's
I will.
Overtime.
Crunch?
Crunch?
That's rad.
Oh, Cleveland Crunch.
Yeah, Cleveland Crunch.
Yeah,
what I
no,
was
go and
thinking
check it
of.
out. Soccer's
It's not
Overtime. We interviewed the commissioner of MASL, one of three people that are, basically running the show now. And man, I think MASL is gonna really flourish with these three on top. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, you have a key player who was
Really, really
honestly the driver of most of its early success, or was right in the middle of a lot of it too. Kind of coming back and now being in the middle of this, which I think is great. So it's like
Mhm.
you have some really great heads there that are really going to try and push the profile of this, I think, a little bit differently than maybe has been thought of in the past. And I'm excited to see where it goes because it's good for everybody. And there's a lot of good teams in this league that didn't even get to play in the last season because the league didn't have these kind of structures that I think they're talking about building out that'll help the league a lot. So I'm excited. It was
Yeah.
fun.
No, same here. Yeah, going like I just feel like people in San Diego that are not already following the Sockers need to give it a chance because it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens. It's gonna be interesting. Actually, they just released their new crest, which is not a new crest. They just added a star. They brought 2 stars into the crest, so there's 15. I'm not a huge fan of it, but my
A lot of us
understanding.
wish they go back to the old one.
Well, and I'm hoping maybe with the new the new arena and everything that they might start doing some different things with that too, with the branding and all that.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. But I mean, it's a brand that has so much history. And Craig Elston, man, shout out to Craig, who's been doing a fantastic job on the championship series stuff on social media. If you go,
Yeah.
it's so good, so good.
Yeah, the recaps are amazing.
Oh, and
With
also
each player and yeah.
Hot Tub Time Machine, Hot Tub Padres. I feel like
Hot Tub-
every time I
Padres
listen
Hot Tub
to it,
Time
like
Machine?
Padres hot tub, yeah.
holy, like that movie where I'm just like, wow, dude.
It kind of is. But he's also pushing our beer on that podcast pretty much every time that he.
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
into
yeah,
the
he always
pod,
says
so
he's
I
drinking
He's
the
definitely
always
Lowe's
wanna-
drinking 109.
Yeah, he
definitely
always
wanna call
talks
him out
about us.
for-
It's sick.
Yeah, so gracias for pushing specifically our beer. We really appreciate it, man.
Him and John Gennaro are fantastic.
They are.
not just podcasters, but fantastic human beings as well.
Yeah.
So go and check them out if you haven't already. So we're talking about Padres, and this is what this is After Hours is for, is to talk about other things.
I always look forward to their Monday podcast to wonder how his voice is doing because mine is still struggling. But I always look forward to because he goes hard. He goes hard for 90.
He does.
But then again, he kind of talks for a living, so I think his voice is a little bit more
He's a professional.
seasoned than mine.
He knows how to project. Yeah, he knows how to project
Yeah, I
very well. And he's got a very robust, nice baritone. You know, he's done radio for years.
Right,
So
yeah.
he's got that great radio voice where it's, hey, this is Craig Elson. You know. So yeah, I think it's that kind of thing. But I even did high school choir for 4 years and still can't project. So I can't project. I'd still lose my voice. So you can still have all the tricks, but I think it's more so just a passion thing for any one of us, right? You get so passionate at a certain point, so your singing becomes yells, and then your yells fix your voice, and that's how it goes. But yeah, no, he like if you ever see the Paul Naku and him usually sit near each other, and Paul does a great job of grabbing some of Craig's reactions. Are fantastic.
I feel like that's why Paul Naku is right there where he is. He's
Yeah.
waiting for that Craig like thing, and just like film it.
Yeah.
Yep. Love it.
Yeah. That's
I feel like
great.
there's gonna be some gifs coming. The GIF or GIF? GIF.
I think we say GIF in this family.
Okay.
We're a
GIF.
family.
I do either or tomato. It's the same.
I know that G is graphic, so it could / should be GIF, but GIF sounds better to me.
The creator said that it was GIF, but at the same
Nah,
time,
I don't care.
I think art kind of becomes greater than its creator in some cases, and this is one of those where
It's graphic.
he doesn't have the right to tell us. Yeah.
Is it graphic in what? I don't know.
Yeah.
No GIF. GIF for the win, said Luis. This thing's still uploading. I'm gonna get going, guys. I say it's time to.
Yeah, I think we can.
Yeah,
I think
11,
we can
12.
cut out everybody.
And I think it's time for everybody to go.
But I appreciate everybody
for
hanging
over
out with us.
2 hours.
That's great.
We've been doing this for over 2 hours. Gonna end it in a little bit more like upbeat. Let's go. Okay. Bye, everybody.
What if I pull out a
Thank you
can?
for hanging out with us. We'll
It
see you guys
changed
next.
brands. I didn't get.
See you guys next time. Not Tuesday, right? Not Tuesday.
We'll see.
Keep getting.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I think we might be able to do it. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll figure it out.
All right. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.